welcome and happy Valentine's Day. We are going to sing a song that is about my favorite kind of love, and that is friendship. And I know that sounds really super cheesy and corny, but hear me out. I am 34 years old, and the best kind of love, the moments in my life when I feel the most loved are when my friends reach out to me, when my friends laugh with me, when I can enjoy moments with anyone and feel like I am their friend and feel like I'm a person that makes a difference in their life and that they make a difference in my life, of course. I love this song. And I feel like friendship is underrated and gets kind of like the short end on Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day, to me, is about any kind of love. Doesn't have to be romantic love, even though romantic love is great. This tutorial is for the standard tuning of ukulele, which is G, C, E, A. I have a low G string on mine, but I'm going to talk about a couple different adjustments that you can make if you don't have a low G tuning. So even if your instrument doesn't sound the exact same way that mine does, it should still be a good performance of the song. And before I get to talking too much, I just want to remind you that there are timestamps in this video that can show you through each little section of the learning the song. And if you feel like if you already know the chords or you can figure them out quickly on your own, you can always skip those sections. If you feel like you need more time on certain sections, you can replay them. There's also the amazing option of slowing down the video. So I want you to know that you have those tools to know that you don't have to go through this tutorial at the pace that I'm going in this video. So please make adjustments that help you learn it the best way that you learn it, because learning is not a race and it's not a competition, and we all benefit from learning the best way that we learn. Besides the fact that I absolutely love what this song is about, I think this is such a great song for any level of player because it has chords that we might be familiar with, such as C and G. And then it has some chords that we may not be as familiar, like the C9 chord or the C add 9. This chord, what it is that it adds a D. So if you're thinking about the C major scale, the notes go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's 8 notes. And then the next note up is D, which is 9. So a C9 chord is a C chord with a D added into it. The reason that it's not a C2 chord is because of certain rules of music. Music is based off of thirds, so basically a C add 9 is like, root, third, fifth, 7th, 9th. We like odd numbers. I don't know why. But that's why it's called that, I guess. That was not a very good explanation, but just know that it's a D. And it just adds a little bit of color in there. So if you decide later on that you're like, actually, I'd rather just play a plain old C chord, the song is not going to stop functioning. The song will not be mad at you. You will not be fired from the song. Take these tools, do what you do with them, and if you like them, you can use them. If you don't like them, you don't have to. Just a little bit more nerding out to do about the song before we actually get into how to play it. First thing is that the verses are basically in what I would call a modified blues form. That means we're in the key of G, right? So G is our one chord, and we have 4 cycles of that one chord. And then C is the next chord, and that is the 4th scale degree of the G major scale. We have 2 cycles of the 4 chord, 2 cycles of the C chord, and then we go back to G for 2 cycles. Then we have a quick, sometimes it's called a turnaround, a quick turnaround of 5, which is D, and then C, and then G. So it's basically exactly like a 12-bar blues, except for the fact that we don't have 7s. Most blues forms have 7 chords, or 7th chords, but it's structured just like a blues form in that way, harmonic. The only difference is that we have a little tagline that just adds that 3rd line twice. So that's basically the only difference, which I think that's cool. It's a really good structure to write songs within because it keeps it simple. We don't have to make it complicated to make it a good song. The other thing about this song that's really interesting and different is that there's no chorus. It's just 5 verses and a bridge. And that's all. So once we learn the verse and the bridge, we know the whole song. So that being said, let's go into the chords. Let's make sure that we know all the chords that are in the song. The first chord that we're going to play is a G chord. Right away, I'm going to tell you that I don't use a traditional fingering for the G chord. I'll show you 2 ways to finger it. You do what's comfortable for you. The way I play a G chord is I use my second finger. My second finger goes on the 2nd fret of the C string. My 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret of the E string. And my 1st finger goes on the 1st fret of the A string. I'm sorry, the 2nd fret. And that's how I play a G chord. Notice I actually changed the angles of my finger to point them towards the head of the ukulele. That is just what helps me get the most leverage when I play this chord. And that's pretty much the reason that I do that fingering, because the other way is to switch the 1st and 2nd fingers. To have your 1st finger down on the C string and your 2nd finger on the A string. And basically what you're gonna do is leverage kind of from this part of your finger from there. I don't prefer this way because my 2nd finger is really unstable when I hit at that angle. So that's personally why I don't do it. But you do what's comfortable for you because we're all built differently. So you're gonna see me do this. If you do it this way, it's not wrong, okay? So we go from G to C, which we probably know, but in case we don't, we're just gonna move our 3rd finger from the E string to the A string, and that's all we press. And it's on that 3rd fret, by the way. So make sure you're counting 1, 2, 3 spaces. And we're gonna go back to G. Let's go back to C one more time. And back to G. Now, the 5 chord in our verse is D, and that's kind of cool. What's actually kind of cool, if you are someone who fingers the G chord like me, your 2nd finger is going to pretty much live on this string the entire time. So the D chord, you're just going to pivot, and you're going to stack all 3, 1, 2, 3, on the 2nd fret of your G, C, and E strings. So you can, if you want to practice going like that, that might be a good way to practice if you're not super comfy with that yet. After the D chord, we have our C add 9. And the way that I'm adding the 9 in this case is I'm keeping my 2nd finger here, and I'm just going to play a C chord like that. So it adds a little bit more color. And then from there, you're just going to, again, move your 3rd finger down and then add your 1st finger for the G chord. Let's just practice doing the chords in time. Every time you see a slash in my notation, it just means another cycle of whatever pattern we're doing. We're going to start with 4 cycles of G. We're going to go 1, 2, just 1 strum. 2, 3, ready to switch. 4, here's C. Back to G. Here's D. Here's C9. Here's G. If you didn't get that, here's another chance. Here's D. C9. Here's G. Yeah, even I'm not super familiar with playing that C9 chord, so I had to think about it a little bit, even though my muscles know it. Now, let's just look at the chords in the bridge, and then we'll look at the finger picking pattern, and that is pretty much the entire thing. The only new chord that's in the bridge is actually that A chord, and A is really easy. It's a lot like F, but instead of having this, you're just gonna have your 1st finger, 1st fret of the C string. And your 2nd finger, of course, goes on the 2nd fret of the G string. And that's your A chord. So let's go through the chords of that bridge just real quick. We'll go 1, 2, here's C 2 times. Here's G. Back to C. And G again. Here's A 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Here's C. 1, 2. Here's D. The last thing we're going to talk about is the fingerstyle pattern, and you might want to experiment with this to see what you like. What I'm going to show you is kind of based on the fact that my G is the lowest note, so that's going to function as the bass line. But basically, I'm going to have my thumb living on the G string, my first finger living on C, my second finger living on E, and my third finger living on A, and every beat, my thumb is going to go down. So let's just do that really steady. Just go with your thumb down. 1, 2, 3, 4. The motion is going to be like down, and then the rest of your fingers up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So try that with your other fingers then. If that's kind of fast for you, you might just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You know, make any adjustment that you need to make sure that you get them all at the same time and that you get them exactly at the time that you want them to be. So now, putting those motions together, I'm thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You have other options if the C is the lowest note. It actually doesn't work as well because this song is in the key of G, and so the G being the bass note really kind of lends itself well to a low G tuning. But if you want the C to be your bass note, you have a couple options. One is that you can do the same thing, but you can use your index finger. And you can go 1. So you can like squish them all like that. Or if you wanted to eliminate the use of that G string, you might not have complete chords every time, but you can go thumb on your C string. So that's an option. It'll make it sound a little, I think, possibly more juvenile, and maybe that's an aesthetic that you like. Before we get into the play along, we'll just do one last thing. We'll go through the verse with the chords, with the fingerstyle, just to feel good about our hands doing both motions. If you are new to fingerstyle and your right hand is still not used to it, do whatever intermediate steps you need to. You can go, or you can go 1. Make it slower. Just change things up. Honestly, like that's what makes me a lot better at technical things. Like that's what helps me get better at things that are difficult, is to change things up and to change the rhythms and to change what my hands are doing. Then I feel like I'm getting more control and it becomes less of a brain thing and more of a muscle thing. So that's what I recommend if this is difficult for you. Every chord symbol or slash is going to be 2 cycles of this. So we're thinking cycle is 1 and 2 and that's cycle. 1, 2, 3, like that. Here we go. A little slower than that for practice. 1 and 2, and here is G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's C. Back to G. Here is D. C9, G. One more time, D. C9, Like I said, I really like that this is an approachable song, but it's not like a baby song, you know? It's about children, but it's not, it's about appreciating where you are at any time in your life, you know? And at this time, it happens to be when you're very young, but that doesn't diminish the importance of it. That doesn't diminish the importance of the friendship that you're building. Let's sing it. Here we go. I'll do 4 cycles through the G chord and then I'll start the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We will rest upon the ground and look at all the bugs we found. Safely walk to school without a sound. Then safely walk to school without a sound. Well, here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms for chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn to spell, nouns and books and show and tell. At playtime we will throw the ball back to class through the hall. Teacher marks our hide against the wall. Teacher marks our hide against the wall. We don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I'll dream while I'm in bed. Silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs and alphabet. When I wake tomorrow, I'll bet that you and I will walk together again. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning this song as much as I did. If so, please let me know. And if you have other ideas for songs that you would love to learn, let me know that too in the comments. And until next time, stay mindful, stay musical, and stay out of trouble.